Can you fart in the presence of your girlfriend?
Fat? Fat? Oh, well. That's funny. It depends anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I've actually done that a couple of times way back, but I did that quietly. I had noticed.
You did that quietly?
Yes, I just put the gas without letting her know.
My name is Priska Njoko, and you are on Viva's Corner with Priska. Is it okay for somebody to fart? To first guess in the presence of their spouse?
I find it weird and that it's even a topic for discussion. Okay, it's something that will take a long time for me to do in the presence of my spouse. I say for most couples, it takes time on before they what's that word? Before I don't know.
They are so free.
Exactly.
Yeah. That means you've been practicing. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. So she didn't know about
No,
that.
she didn't know about it, and I didn't want her to know.
Yes.
Oh,
It depends on how it comes.
okay.
It's nature. You can't control it.
You can't control it.
Yes.
Wow, I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big on my mind today. A very sensitive one. Funny anyway, but strong enough to tear couples apart. My name is Priska Njoko, and you are on Diva's Corner with Priska. And today my guests are Lillian.
Hi, welcome to Diva's Corner. Very interesting topic today, and why it has turned so many homes apart. There are still those to whom it's nothing. So I'm looking forward to having a very interesting discussion today. Welcome.
And Ifenyinwa.
Okay, hi guys. I'm actually the single one. You know, I'm the one stressed. So I'm hoping that they'll tell me whether or not their husband have any issues with what it is we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. Is it okay for somebody to fart? To first guess in the presence of their spouse? I looked at her before, so she's going to start.
This is I find it weird and that it's even a topic for discussion.
Okay.
And so this morning I had to ask my husband when I woke up.
Okay.
And not because I doubted where he stood, what his opinion would be regarding the topic, but because I just needed to know if all we've been doing all along, if he was okay with it. I, for one, I think that I wouldn't say it's wrong or right, but as to whether it breaks relationship, whether it causes issues, for some it does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for me it doesn't.
Oh, so that means you've been farting.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So the reason why I said for some it does, for some it doesn't. When it comes to the issue of passing gas, it's become a thing of shame. Most of us grew up in an environment where we're not allowed to express ourselves
To be
that
ourselves.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we grow up with that mentality and we pass it on to our relationship when it comes to romantic relationship and all. So you see it as an affront, as an insult, to your personality if your partner does that in your presence.
Okay.
For some, it's nothing. And there are those who would argue that for you to be able to do that in the presence of your partner, it means that you guys have gotten to that
level.
yes, to that level where everyone is comfortable. And that is where I stand. That's like you being at the lowest, being human. So as to whether I don't think it's Definitely yes or definitely no answer.
Okay, no answer.
It's
Okay.
all dependent on someone's upbringing.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Because I believe in marriage there should be the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean,
Yeah, well, maybe, but not when it comes to, for me personally, not when it comes to passing in the presence of it.
But for this exactly, where does it fall under? Is it the bad or the ugly?
the ugly or the good.
No, it's definitely not good, please.
Okay.
Is it the bad or the ugly?
Okay. Maybe I can't say whether it's bad
Okay.
or ugly. But then, okay, maybe not good.
Okay.
Because there are those moments where the gas price is horrible.
Okay.
And
So it's ugly then.
of course, the other person will be like, now, wow,
You want to kill me?
you know, in that jocular manner.
Yeah.
And of course, when you know that what you've been passing throughout the day, and then, oh my God,
Okay.
you can, at that point,
Yeah.
excuse yourself. But when it just suddenly comes out, I mean, no one should be killed for it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Or maybe when it's it could also be an involuntary act or a voluntary act.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's done without the next person. I mean, without how do I put it? When it's done without notice.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
here,
we also need to know that there are also cases where it could be a medical issue.
medical issue.
Yes, and then that is where that understanding comes in. I mean, we're talking about partnership, we're talking about couples.
Okay.
So if it's a medical issue for your partner, I don't see why at that point the person probably does not have control
Over it. Yeah.
as much as you would for someone to whom it's not a medical issue. So
Okay.
that is where that understanding comes in. That is where that accommodation comes in.
Okay.
But then again, I also think that if you know your partner is someone who isn't comfortable with it for whatever reason, maybe how they were brought up or whatever, there should be a consideration. This person doesn't like it, then what you want to do is take into consideration your partner. I mean, if I after getting married to my husband or all the while we were dating, and I knew that this was an issue for him, there's no way I would try that.
Okay. If you try it, then it becomes a deliberate act.
Yes, because it's you not taking into consideration the person's feelings. It's you disrespecting the person.
Yes, making them uncomfortable.
Yes, regarding the person, and no, definitely that would really deal with the relationship. So you need to take into cognizance the person you're with.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's someone who sees that as nothing, man, flow they go.
Yeah.
So in that setting, you apologize. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And then you walk out to show that not when you do it and you still stay there, you're still apologizing. I mean, take a step out to show that you're really. No, that would be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the married one. So
Okay. Let's hear from you anyway.
So first of all, it's something that will take a long time for me to do in the presence of my spouse. In relationships, whether we believe it or not, for some couple, or should I say for most couple, it takes time on before they what's that word? Before I don't know. Should
They
I
are
say
so
before-
free.
Exactly. Before they
Yeah.
you will agree with me. I just feel it's me respecting you. When my relationship with you gets to that level, then I can now stay and do what I want to do. But just like Indian said, it will be very disrespectful for me to know that my spouse does not like something. I still can see it.
Okay. When you say what if you use the bathroom, you mean you can't
No.
do the number two in the presence of your spouse?
No. It will take a while for me to actually do that.
But for now, you don't know if it's something you can do.
I make a married first. When I'm married, I don't know. But I just feel like this is it for me.
Okay. What if you're so pressed and you want to use the bathroom
I just hope that
and your spouse is it? Okay. What if there's no other bathroom?
I just hope that
This is just one bathroom around.
Yeah, there should be air fresheners.
Oh, air freshener. Can it really do the job?
Yes, it can. Of course it can.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Some things should be left private.
Really?
This is one.
Well, for some persons, it's relative. Yeah, it is relative. I mean, and I keep saying home because I'm sorry, mom and dad, but I also grew up in an environment where anyone could do their business.
Wow.
And then like, Sorry.
Sorry.
That's how. So I guess maybe that was also one of the reasons why I could be free to do, and also with the fact that the person I ended up with is someone who also doesn't have an issue with that. Although sometimes, I mean, just look for someone who is, at the same range as you are when it comes to.
Well, that's where we started. You said something that this has the power of dividing couples.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that there are some people right now whose relationship with their spouses has been strained simply because they did this in their presence. So it even takes us to the issue of is it that we don't talk about the do's and don'ts while we're cutting, or the likes and dislikes while we're cutting, or is it something that should even be, I don't know, talked about at the beginning of a relationship?
Why I said is strong enough to tear couples apart. A guy once told me he was dating a particular girl, and one day, and he loved the girl so much, so they were on the verge of getting married. So one day the girl entered the bathroom and came out, and the whole feeling died. I mean, the whole feeling the guy had for the girl died.
Why?
Because she used the bathroom. The bathroom.
Yes. No, she used the bathroom for number two.
For number two.
Did she flush the toilet after?
Maybe she did, or she didn't, or the guy perceived the smell, the stench, or something like that. So he lost feeling.
And there was no air freshener too.
No. When you're pressed, you don't start looking for air freshener around you. So I was wondering, I was thinking about the whole thing. I asked myself, could it be the guy didn't have any real love for the girl? Was that infatuation?
Sometimes it's good some things happen so that it will reveal the true character of whoever it is that you're involved with. Like, you can call up a wedding because of that, and I wonder what you do if, God forbid, your spouse gets into an accident, the type that will keep them maimed for life. Or if your wife is in labor and she starts to throw up, I'm wondering what it is you're going to do.
Yeah.
Or when your wife is in labor and she's pulling as she's pushing out the baby, I'm wondering what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So I guess God just says not from rubbish. From the French.
So this is where tolerance comes in,
this is
and
where
empathy or something like that comes in.
Yeah, but then again, I would always say, before it gets to that point of empathizing and tolerating, be sure to know who it is you're ending up with.
Yeah.
Your partner, who you're doing life with. If you know this is your kind of person, and that is, the person's personality isn't like that.
Yeah.
Well, adjust.
Yeah.
Adjust. Don't come and be all, I'm going to do my business because that is how I am and I expect you to tolerate me.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it doesn't work that way too. This is it. This is how you are. This is how this person is. You can't tolerate it.
You should respect people's boundaries.
And there are some persons who can't be able to work on some things. I mean, it's their nature. That is how.
Pushing them to the left hand.
And that's why we have diverse personalities. There are things you would like that I would never like.
Yeah.
I don't have to start working on them.
No.
I want to end up with you.
This is who I am.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
But really, sorry to.
And I'm not talking about negative issues. No.
Yeah.
There are some things that are just, leave the matter. This is you, this is me.
Yeah.
And there's no need to start beating around the bush. Work on yourself, do this, accommodate me, don't fat and no, maybe not. If you find that for real, that's going to be an issue for you, and you're a very free person.
Yeah.
Very free person. There's no way you want to end up with someone who to whom this is an issue. It's going to deal with you mentally. These are some of the seeming minute things, but we turn out to be huge.
We also had issues of people who press the toothpaste from the center and it has caused problems.
Yeah.
Instead of them to press it from the bottom. And all. So these are the issues. So people can share their toothbrushes, but they can share a kiss and all that. They can share their bodies, but they can't share their bodies. It's all those kind of stuff. So different strokes for different folks. I'm still single, but as soon as I get married, I'll let you guys. I'll tell you how it is. If you remember, during the AFCON games, I think there was one video that went viral And some people said, oh, it's definitely people from Ghana because of what they eat. You know, they have a lot of boiled eggs in their menu and some other kind of foods and all that. And it's like, oh, it just has to be people from Ghana. So I don't know if the food you eat can also make
Contribute to
it worse.
that.
Yeah.
See, maybe when you eat food like small beans,
Who would consciously?
well, I don't think that. I mean, we'll see what the economy is like. And the truth is, without trying to be, unrealistic. Yes. And I think there are those who actually do because the times because of there's probably no kerosene to heat up the food. So after the hustle of the day, family comes together to eat what they have. Yeah. So, but the truth is, there are some things. If you find out that, well, you're a happy father.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the acting like happy father.
The happy partner.
I think maybe you could try working on the things on your side, and the times you take it. And the truth is, anything could end or destabilize a union. We shouldn't look at things and say, oh, this little thing is what caused the union to, break. Look at everything as having the potential to cause damage.
From the perspective of your partner.
Yes, and that is where you come in. Don't see it as no be only mess.
Is it because I mess? You can't still enjoy. You know the mess. You know the mess.
I mean, have these discussions. It sounds silly, but you're seated out, in the time you're doing your relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, and is this an issue for you? If I mess for you, I mean, these are questions you ask, but there are ways you can go around asking them because sometimes the other person might want to say, no, it's not an issue because they do not want to. Lose you. So everyone is trying to come here to, I'm very accommodating. But when it happens, also attack. So, have these conversations. Is this an issue for you? If it is, why? Maybe from the person's conversation, you know if it's what could have led to it. For some, it's an ego matter. I've been man. Why woman with a mess on my front? I mean, I've heard things like that.
Okay.
Yes. For real? I've been man. Why? And I've seen, we all grow up in families. You've seen cases where, especially elderly ones with fat. Why I do not have issues with this? Again, it's dependent on the relationship you have. I can do this within my family, my home, dad, mom, siblings, and all that, and then now husband. Everyone is cool. You just say sorry, and everyone goes about their business. Doesn't mean that when I come down to the village where everyone is cousins and everyone, I want to tell that family person with, fat, and then, it's obvious this stuff came from you. So why are you acting like what you do? There's this, I can do this, and there's nothing you can do about it. So there are persons like that. And I think they need to understand that this is not how it is. There are some persons to whom it is offensive. And so have these discussions. Highlight if it's an issue for the person. Why is it an issue for you? If it's not, and all that. So I think that way, we'll be having less of this conversation.
Very less of them. Anyway, I feel like fasting is a blessing, in all honesty.
Why?
Yeah, because if you don't fast, then something is wrong. I've seen people.
It's nature.
It's part of nature. I've seen people who have not been able to pass gas or pass pieces, and then the hospital and the machine is helping them do that. So if you can do that without any, assistance medically, you don't know what God has done for you. But my advice is be very sensitive about it. When you're in church or when you're amongst people or when you are at a gathering, most especially when you're on the bus, the last thing you can do is to actually do there. Stop there. I mean, I'm going to tell the driver to stop.
Okay.
People do it without
Yeah.
conscience.
Okay. When you say a person is a blessing, I think I understand the angle here.
Yeah.
Because I can remember now a day before I put to bed, there was a woman who had already put to bed close to my bedside, but she put to bed through cesarean session.
Okay.
So she passed gas and she was jubilating. She was like, oh my god, I just passed gas. I just passed gas. I was like, why? So they said she needed to for them to know the surgery was successful.
Oh wow.
See where the blessing comes in now. So when you see something, you look at it from different perspectives.
Well, I guess that's where we'll just draw the curtains. But my own final word is fasting is a blessing.
The blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing.
It is.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we should
You have to inconvenience the next person.
not a bless us anyhow.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys soon. Make sure you subscribe to Divas Corner with Priska. Follow us on all our social media handle channels. Thank you so much. See you.